Surcouf, the world's largest submarine of its time. Surcouf was one of the most ambitious and unusual submarines ever built. Constructed by France between the two world wars, it was designed not merely as a submarine, but as an underwater cruiser capable of challenging surface warships. At the time of its launch, Surcouf was the largest submarine in the world, symbolizing both technological ambition and the strategic uncertainty of the interwar period. The origins of Surcouf can be traced to the aftermath of the First World War. Naval planners around the world were reassessing the role of submarines, which had proven their effectiveness in disrupting enemy shipping. France, seeking to maintain its status as a major naval power, envisioned a submarine that could operate independently over long distances, hunt enemy commerce, and even engage surface vessels directly. The result was Surcouf, a vessel unlike anything that had come before it. Design and concept. Surcouf was designed as a submarine cruiser, a hybrid concept that combined the stealth of a submarine with the firepower of a surface warship. Its most distinctive feature was a large turret mounted forward of the conning tower, housing 2 heavy naval guns. This armament allowed Surcouf to engage merchant ships and even lightly armed warships without relying solely on torpedoes. In addition to its guns, Surcouf carried torpedo tubes, anti-aircraft weapons, and even a small reconnaissance seaplane stored in a watertight hangar. This aircraft was intended to scout ahead, locate targets, and extend the submarine's situational awareness far beyond the horizon. The inclusion of an aircraft demonstrated how seriously designers took the idea of Surcouf as a self-sufficient naval raider. The submarine's size was immense by the standards of the time. Its large hull provided long range and endurance, allowing it to operate far from friendly bases. However, this size also introduced challenges. Submerging took longer than on smaller submarines, and maneuverability was limited, making Surcouf more vulnerable in certain combat situations. Strategic role. Surcouf was intended to operate independently, striking enemy shipping lanes and projecting French naval power across vast ocean spaces. In theory, it could surface, use its guns to destroy merchant ships, and then disappear beneath the waves before enemy forces could respond. This concept reflected pre-war naval thinking, which still imagined surface engagements as a major component of naval warfare. However, by the time Surcouf entered service, naval warfare was already changing. Aircraft, radar, and improved anti-submarine tactics were beginning to reduce the effectiveness of large, slow-diving submarines. While Surcouf was impressive on paper, its practical value in a rapidly evolving battlefield was increasingly questionable. World War II and political turmoil. When the Second World War began, Surcouf found itself caught in political chaos. Following the fall of France, the submarine became a point of contention between the Vichy French government and the Free French forces led by Charles de Gaulle. Eventually, Surcouf was seized by British forces and later transferred to the Free French Navy. This transition was not smooth. Trust between the Allies and Free French forces was fragile, and Surcouf's mixed crew, uncertain loyalty caused tension. Operational use of the submarine was limited, and it never fully realized its original mission as a commerce raider. Esch, final mission and mysterious loss. In the early years of the war, Surcouf was assigned to escort duties and long-range missions rather than offensive operations. Its size and complexity made it difficult to integrate into Allied submarine doctrine, which increasingly favored smaller, more agile submarines optimized for stealth and torpedo attacks. Surcouf's story came to an abrupt and mysterious end during a transit voyage in the Caribbean. The submarine disappeared with all hands aboard, and the exact cause of its loss remains uncertain. Some accounts suggest a collision with a merchant vessel, while others propose friendly fire or mechanical failure. No definitive evidence has ever been found, adding an air of mystery to Surcouf's legacy. Legacy and historical significance. Although Surcouf never achieved the success its designers envisioned, its historical significance remains substantial. It represents a transitional moment in naval warfare, when older ideas about surface combat and gun engagements were colliding with the emerging realities of air power and underwater stealth. Surcouf also serves as a reminder that technological ambition does not always align with battlefield effectiveness. Its massive size, heavy armament, and experimental features made it impressive but impractical. In contrast, simpler and more specialized submarines would go on to dominate undersea warfare during the Second World War. Today, Surcouf is remembered as a bold experiment rather than a failure. It demonstrated the limits of hybrid designs and helped shape future thinking about submarine roles and capabilities. By showing what did not work, it indirectly influenced what would. Conclusion. Surcouf was a submarine born from ambition, uncertainty, and the lessons of a previous war. It sought to redefine what a submarine could be, blending firepower, endurance, and independence into a single platform. While history proved that this approach was flawed, the story of Surcouf remains one of the most fascinating chapters in naval history. Its disappearance at sea only deepens its legend. As the largest submarine of its time and one of the most unusual ever built, Surcouf stands as a symbol of innovation, risk, and the unpredictable nature of military progress.
The enemy is winning.
Torpedo impact!
Destroyer! Ahead! 8,000 meters!
Torpedo! At target!
Torpedo away!
Starboard your helm!
Aye! Steer starboard!
Enemy list! I'm losing speed! Torpedo at target! Enemy beam to periscope deck! Port all!
Hard port! Aye! Helm lifted! Aye! Torpedo away!
Starboard your helm!
Aye! Steer starboard!
We are losing.
Torpedo impact! Enemy listing and losing speed! Enemy vessel sunk! Torpedo at